Bob Mills Weather Center, Oklahoma weather expert, Cassie Heiter.
All right, Cassie, if you really don't like the cold weather, it just gets to you. Just wait through the morning, sounds like. It's gonna get better.
The morning is going to be still very, very cold, but later in the afternoon, it's not going to be so bad, and we're really just going to see more and more improvement throughout the week.
Okay.
Yeah, so, you know, today we actually made it to 46 degrees. It didn't really feel like it very often because we did have that strong north wind. And well, the cold front came through this morning and the colder air really lagged behind. So we were able to make it into the 40s even behind the cold front, but later in the afternoon, we quickly dropped off. But we did have some 50s in the south and just not quite there anymore. This is our National Cowboy Museum camera, part of our Pike Pass Skycam network. We've got mostly clear skies and we are down to 22 degrees. The wind's a lot lighter than it was earlier. Now it's out of the north-northeast at 8 miles an hour, making it feel more like just 13 degrees. Temperatures, the air temperature itself in the low teens in the north and northeast, upper teens, low 20s across the northwest, some low to mid 20s across the Red River. But this time, now that wind's generally out of the north between about 5 to 10. We're seeing gusts a little higher than that in far southern Oklahoma, but in western Oklahoma, that wind's actually coming in out of the south. By tomorrow afternoon, everyone's going to see that wind out of the south, but for now, most of us have a north wind, and it's definitely giving us wind chills in the upper single digits. It actually feels like just 6 degrees right now in El Reno, but low to mid-teens across the rest of the metro, even some teens across the far south. So still a very cold night either way, but by tomorrow afternoon with high pressure building in, I do expect to see lots of sunshine, and that wind's going to be returning to the south, and that's going to stick with us for the next few days, even allowing for a pretty nice warm up all the way through really the rest of the week. Now, by the time we get into Thursday, we do have this next storm moving in, but here's the thing. It's going to bring some cloud cover. Temperatures may be dropping a couple of degrees here and there, but as far as rain chances are concerned, we could certainly still use some more rain. It really looks like it's going to stay just outside of Oklahoma, so probably in Arkansas at this point. So for now, not really going with any rain chances across the state until we get to Friday night. By Friday night, we have another wave moving in. It actually looks weaker, but some of the data is trying to bring in a slight chance of rain across really central and northern Oklahoma Friday night. But by Saturday and Sunday for New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, it looks dry again. It looks mild. Temperatures back to around 60 degrees. And then by Monday, so now the day after New Year's Day, so now we're talking January 2nd, we've got this next storm moving in. It does look stronger, and it looks to bring a much higher chance of rain and possibly some storms across a bigger portion of the state. Behind it, we're going to be cooling down, but the colder air is going to stay well to the north. So if you're sick and tired of the very cold weather, well, after tomorrow morning, I think you're going to like the forecast a lot better. But we're going to drop. We're already at 22, so temperatures really just kind of holding steady overnight tonight. So staying around 21 degrees, upper teens to the north, mid to low 20s across the far south. But by tomorrow afternoon, the wind picking up out of the south, and that's going to push us to about 50 degrees in Oklahoma City, but upper 50s in Woodward, 57 degrees in Altus, and 70 degrees tomorrow afternoon in Guymon. By Wednesday, a little bit more wind coming in out of the south and southwest, gusts as high as around 35 at times. This time looking for a high of 61 degrees in Oklahoma City, 62 in Alva, 70 in Woodward, mid and upper 60s really across the southwest, and upper 50s and low 60s generally across the far east. By Thursday afternoon, temperatures starting to come down a little bit more in the northwest, but I still think we have a chance of hitting the low 60s in Oklahoma City. Not nearly as much wind. Additional cloud cover because of that storm moving in. But again, I think the rain's going to stay pretty much out of the state at this point. So for tomorrow in Oklahoma City, starting out very cold. By about noon, though, we should be in the 40s, which makes a huge difference. Lots of sun, and by 3 o'clock, I think we're going to see that high of around 50 degrees or so. So low 60s for Wednesday into Thursday. By Friday night, we do have that slight chance of rain. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, looking really nice and mild considering the time of year. By Monday, a much better chance of rain, possibly some storms after that. It does look a little bit more chilly.